Hey, you're listening to Recess. Today on the show, we have Dheper with us. She's representing Malaysia this year as a finalist for Miss Teen Universe 2021. I'm Kessyl.
And I'm SueLyn. Let's go.
Hey, Dheper, welcome to the show.
Kessyl, thank you so much for inviting me.
We're so happy you
Hi,
agreed.
SueLyn.
We're so happy you agreed to do this. We are so excited for what's ahead of you. When did you start becoming interested in beauty pageants?
Okay, it's actually very simple. I had this interest ever since I was a kid, like 5, 6, perhaps 7. I always into fashion, like those Billboard, Vogue magazines, Miss World, Miss Universe. Like even though when we go to vacation and then in vacation we barely find Astros, but then in TV1, TV2 they'll be telecasting Miss Universe and Miss World show, and I'll just sit there and watch, and I'll be like, no, I want to watch this first, then we will go to the vacation. I got this interest ever since I was a kid, and then after that I had actually forgot about, like, not really forgot, I mean, like, I focused on my studies, and then I went to high school, and then I was into sports. After a while, I was like around 15, I figured out that maybe sport is not really my thing. It's like maybe I got bored of it, like, it's like I feel like not really my thing anymore. So that's when I decided, like, okay, what is something that I really passionate about? Like, what is something that I really want to do? And that's when I thought, like, okay, maybe, I remember last time I used to, like, so much in love with fashion and all.
Yeah.
And that's when I started, like, started procrastinating and finding out, like, is there any course for modeling? Is there any competitions that I could join? And that's how it started.
So many young girls dream of being actresses or models or princesses. I know that when I was 9, I wanted to be an actress. But when did you make this dream a tangible reality? Like, when do you start actually making it happen and going for these courses and things like that?
Okay, it was 15. That's when I usually represent school for MSSTP, for running and long jumps, which I was in sports. And then one day after that, I was actually sitting down and thinking, like, I want to be a model one day. Like, that's when I forgot. Like, I always wanted to be a model, and I told my mom about it. Like, for a 15-year-old girl, Asian parents, it's not easy to convince them, because for them, like, studies are very
That's
important.
so true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I told her that. So I told my mom and my dad. My dad is a bit kind of a typical Asian dad, and also my mom is a bit friendly. She's like my best friend. So I told my mom. I wasn't afraid to tell my mom, actually. I told my mom that I found this modeling course in Penang. She's a Caucasian lady. She's teaching modeling. And I told her that I want to sign up to her and I want to learn, and this is something that I like and I want to do always. And she was okay with it. She was really she was encouraging me, and she told me that, yeah, sure, go ahead, it's a dream. And she told me that you should go and talk to your dad as well. And that's when I was like, oh no, I gotta talk to my dad. I have to convince him. So surprising, it's because my elder brother is a doctor and my younger brother is a IT engineer. So, it's a bit hard for me to go and convince them. So I went to my dad and I told him that, I want to do this and do that. And I told him that, a doctor, engineer, you always see this, don't you want to see some model? It's something unique. And
you're just selling your story.
Yeah. Surprisingly, he was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. If that's what you're interested, I can do anything, right? If you want to go and if you think you can do this, then go ahead. It's your wish. So at the age of 15, I started doing all this.
Yeah. And ever since you've won Miss Teen International Malaysia when you were just 16, and you've also competed in 2 international level pageants, how does it feel right now that you're a finalist for Miss Teen Universe 2021?
Okay, honestly, people around me are telling me that, wow, you competed international competitions before and this must be very easy for you. But I feel like this is not enough yet for me. I still feel very nervous and still like, oh my God, there's like still a lot of beauties from different countries and it's really a tough competition for me. And I am still learning. I'm still learning, and I'm still gaining experience as well.
And what are some of the pressures of being in this pageant circle in Malaysia or even like internationally that you have faced?
Okay, I have faced racism. Also, there were like looking down on Asians because when I was in the competition, there's like Europes and Asians and everyone. So they kind of have this looking down on Asians, especially. And also, I am not that tall. I am 165, and those beauties from other countries are like 170, 178. So I have this height comparison every time, and also there were politics as well, and also culture shocks. And yeah, I had to face this, but whenever I felt like this, like I always feel like whenever these things happens, I feel like maybe I don't belong to this industry, I don't belong to these competitions, this is not where I'm supposed to be. Maybe I thought like that, but when I think about it, I felt like everyone around me, like my family, my friends, and even Malaysia is behind me and they're supporting me. So I think this is what you want. You have to prove yourself that you can do this. This is what you want. You don't live for people. Your life, your say. So that's when I faced all of this.
I love that. I love that. It sounds like you have a lot to live up to, an image, but it doesn't also sound like it's a one-woman show. So when you're competing, especially like internationally, what does your support team look like? Your agent, your makeup artist, your outfit designer, et cetera, et cetera.
Actually, they are very supportive. Basically, I have my manager. My manager's like, he is very, very supportive. He actually he sees me like his own child, like own sister, and he's very nice. The reason why I am here right now is because of him, because he always gives me support. Because I remember that every time going to a competition, I felt like I'm gonna give up. So that's when I call him, and he will actually come over to the place. He actually supports me, and I call him or I meet him, and I cried. I told him that these are things that happening. It's really sad. It's really heartbreaking that I did not expect this, because when I was competing in Malaysia over 14 states, all the girls from 14 states, it was actually pretty easy. Malaysian people are very, very nice, very
Yeah.
sweet. So, but when I went to these international competitions, they were like, it's a bit different. They're not really that friendly. They are not really, how to say, like, not
Warm in
really
a way.
approachable.
That
Yeah,
open.
yeah. So I felt very different. I told him all about this, and he was like, this is how it's gonna be. This is reality. You have to face it. You have to show it. You have to prove yourself. And also my designers, all of them are actually very nice persons. They always support me. They treat me like a kid, even though I'm like a 19-year-old girl, and they always treat me like a small girl. So that's like, guys, stop treating me like a girl, a small girl. I'm grown up.
So
Yeah.
when you're faced with these things and you are like shocked kind of by the reality because you've been in Malaysian competitions and also internationally, what do you tell yourself to overcome these thoughts that I can't do this anymore?
Like, you mean like what made me like feel like not do
Like,
this?
no, what made you encourage? What would you say to encourage yourself?
Okay, it's very easy. I always think about my dad, my mom, how they actually believed in me and put me in this decision, so I shouldn't let them down. And because they trusted me, because I said that I want to do this, so I have to prove myself. And also I thought that this is what I want to do. This is my dream. This is my goal. So I have to work for it. I had all these negative things, negative everything. It will come and go. And if you don't face it, this is not life. So I always think like, so I should face it. This is, if you don't face it, you won't be successful, right?
Yeah.
If you want to get something, you have to face it. Nothing comes easily. So yeah, that's what I think.
So you would say that your parents are your motivation then?
Yes, they're my biggest motivation and biggest
Yeah.
inspiration.
Is that the same motivation you had since you started all of this, or has that motivation evolved
Okay,
over the years?
if you're asking me celebrity version, I would say, you guys know Priyanka Chopra, right?
Yeah, I love
Yes,
her.
yeah. She was my biggest inspiration because she was Indian woman, and she actually faced a lot of racism. She also told in a interview, she said that she faced all this bullies and criticism and all, and she actually faced them all, and she said that now I proved myself, I'm bigger than the bullies. So I always see her, and she's really like, she's not only beauty from the outside, she's also beautiful in the inside. And she's very smart, and I always look up to her. Like she's really my biggest inspiration, to be honest. That's what
wow.
yeah.
After 4 years of pageantry experience, I'm sure you have seen many beautiful faces. Personally, what do you think about the pageants world's standards of beauty?
I would say that beauty is not on the outside. Beauty is, it's all about inside. It's all about your thinking. It's all about your heart, your brain. How you talk. It's not about, some people they're beautiful, but they don't really know how to approach you. They're. I'm not trying to say like it's very bad or something, but I've seen a lot of beauties where they are like beautiful on the inside and beautiful outside. And to be the Miss World or to be any Miss, you have to be beautiful all inside and outside. So that's what I think about it. Yeah, because if you see like there are so many people. If you see that they are not really beautiful, but they can still win Miss World or Miss Universe, because they don't see on the outside, they see in the inside. They are very, very beautiful. They're very, very smart, intelligent, all this. So yeah, I feel like that.
So just expanding on that you said, so it's not just about the outer appearance, it's not just about the clothes or the makeup, it's also about what's in your brain and what's in your heart. In that case, how are you preparing for the finals of Miss Teen Universe 2021? How are you making sure all these elements are ready for the game?
Okay, so I actually had a very long hair. So I decided to chop it off, and because I wanted to, I thought like my hair or my beauty on the outside is not really important for this competition. And what am I preparing for right now is my knowledge, because knowledge is really, really important. You can't go out on the stage and you do not know anything. So I am preparing for my knowledge. I am preparing on. I also trying to doing a lot of getting involved in a lot of societies like mental health campaign, and also for the fundraiser for the frontliners and all these things. And yeah, I'm preparing in that way, and also my catwalk, of course, and my confidence. I always talk in front of the mirror, so that I don't get nervous when I'm on the stage. Yeah, that's what I'm preparing, and also my talents. Yeah.
That's super exciting, Dheper. We wish you all the best. Thank you again for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much, Kessyl. Thank you so much, SueLyn.
For our listeners, support Dheper to become the next Miss Teen Universe by liking and commenting on Instagram at Miss Teen Universe Pageants. We'll also leave a link down below. That's all for today, and we'll see you next week.